Hey, hello there everybody. Today I'm going to be replacing the brake pads and discs on this Vauxhall Corsa. It's 2001 1.2, and so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jack the car up and take the wheel off, and also I'm going to take the brake fluid cap off, and the reservoir is just hiding by the driver's side bulkhead, and if you lift this cover up you can see it's just there. So I'm just going to take the cap off, and I put a little bit of paper here just in case when we're pushing the pistons back, some fluid comes out. So now we're going to remove the wheel. Okay, so once you got the wheel off, we'll have access to the caliper here, and we have the pads in there, and the disc. Now, as you can see, this disc is quite corroded and it's not in very good condition, so I will be replacing it together with the pads. Pads are not too bad, but they still got some grip in them, but the other side was very low, so I'm just gonna go ahead and change those and the disc. And so to do that, I'm gonna turn the wheel towards me, so I have easier access to this area here. Okay, so as you can see, the caliper is more or less facing me now, and I'm gonna go ahead and move these 12mm bolts. Just need to loosen them up, but you need a bit of strength there. Okay, so we got that one off, and I'm gonna do the same with the bottom one. So I've already loosened it. Now you can sort of remove the caliper, but before you remove it completely, with your brake fluid reservoir already opened, you could put a screwdriver there and just lever it against and push the piston back. That will save you having to use a clamp later on. So use the old pads as leverage. As you can see, the piston is going right back in there. And there we are. That's as far as I will go. And we need to do that so we have the room to put the new pads. Okay, so once you got your caliper off, just put it to one side, and then we're going to remove the pads. You could just get your screwdriver and push them out as such. There's one, and this has been in here for a long time. I mean, they are quite corroded. the other side was very thin. Okay, next to remove the disc, we're gonna need to remove these bolts here. To remove those, you will need one of these, and the actual size is an E18. I don't know if you can see that there, but it can be a little bit hard to get them in because of the corrosion that's grown around the bolt. So I get them in and just knock them in a little bit with the hammer and get a long bar here. So you got one there and another one just there. You could use your wire brush just to clean them off a little bit. Even then they are quite crowded. Once you got those off, you can take this out. Just put it to one side, and then you need to loosen this little screw here. For that you need a Torx bit, and that's a T30. So if you put a screwdriver through one of these empty holes here, just get it across there as such, and that's gonna stop it from turning when it comes to a point, and then you can undo your there we are. Now we can just hit the disc a little bit with a hammer. should be out. So get your new disc out and just make sure it's the same size. I've already checked this because when I bought them they actually gave me some vented discs and obviously they wouldn't fit. So I had to exchange them. So just get them out. Okay, so before you put your new disc in, you can just take the opportunity to clean this up a little bit. And you can use some brake cleaning fluid here. To get rid of all the dust. But I haven't got any today, so anyway, once you got that done, you can apply a little bit of copper grease here. Get your new disc in and just line up the holes in there, and you have your little screw to fit in, which I'm just gonna put a little bit of copper grease in it. There we are. Now I'm gonna go ahead and refit this, but before we do that I'm gonna remove these little metal clamps which are on here. I'm gonna fit the new ones which came with the pads, so just you can take them off with your screwdriver. So there is 4 of them. Now just get your new ones. Before that you can just give it a quick brush off. So I got it nice and cleaned. Just brushed it with a wire brush, and I applied a little bit of copper grease to these bits here. Now I can go ahead and put the new clips in. They basically just push in. this bit goes on the outer bit, and the long side here goes in the inner parts, as such. There we are. Just knock them in with the back of your screwdriver. Knock them in properly. And that's done. Now I'm gonna refit this back in, but yet again, before that I will just apply a little bit of copper grease to this side. I'll put a little bit on the bolts as well. Okay, just get these ones in nice and tight and tie them up. So with my long bar here, I got them in really nice and tight. Both of them. Okay, so next I'm gonna put the pads in there. New pads. And this one actually has a little metal clip that just goes there, as such, like the old one. Just need to push them in, just need my 2 hands for that. Just give it a little tap. Now I'm just going to fit in the other side. The other side doesn't have any clips, and you can tell which side is which because of this little bulge here that fits the piston on the caliper. Just need to be pressed in again. I need my 2 hands. Okay, with your pads in, bolts are tight, disc is in, the little torque screw is in and tight. We can just go ahead and clean our caliper with a wire brush. So I'm just gonna do that now. Give it a good brush. Okay, so once you brush the piston and clean it, you can apply a little bit of copper grease. To the piston here and to the sides here. some on it. On the pad. Now I'm gonna refit the caliper. Just gonna apply a little bit of copper grease to the bits that come in contact with this. Yeah. Anyway, since we already pushed the piston back, this is ready to go back in. There we are, that's gone in there nicely. Now we can go ahead and fit our bolts. Okay, so with the same spanner that you got this out, you can go ahead and tighten them. Okay, with everything nice and tight, the last thing you will need to do is perhaps bleed the brakes, and you need to take this little rubber dust cover off the bleeder, and you'll need an 8mm to loosen it up, but also you need something to receive your fluid, such as I've got this little bottle here with a tube and a little hole on the side so it can breathe in. So you need to put some fluid in the bottle if you're gonna do this by yourself. If you got somebody that can pump the brake for you, then all you need to do is plug that in there, loosen it, engine running, and ask somebody to pump the brake for you maybe 10 times, and then ask them to hold it down, and then you close the valve. In this case I'm gonna have to do it myself, so I need this with fluid and the rubber hose inside, and then I will put this in there, loosen it, and go and pump 10 times. But the idea of this is that instead of sucking air, it will suck in fluid, so you won't have any air in the system. So anyway, also as you pump the brake and the fluid starts coming out, make sure you keep the fluid reservoir topped up. You don't want it to go dry and then you'll be pumping air. so just check it periodically as you pump and top it up as needed. I hope this video helps some of you changing your brakes and discs on your Corsas. As always, this is just a guide. Always be careful when dealing with brakes and jacking up cars and things. Make sure you use axle stands and never put your feet on there. Use gloves and yeah, just general safety. Anyway, thanks for watching.